This is the third video on narration. In the last video, we discussed how narration of assertive sentences has changed. We made practice of 10 sentences, and at the end, I gave you some homework. 5 sentences are given as homework. So let us first of all discuss homework, and then we will go to the interrogative sentences. So the first sentence was, he said that he was ill. This is in indirect narration. He said that he was ill. When we change it into direct narration, this that will be removed, and we'll write he said, comma, then quotation, that is removed. And then the question is about, what about this he? He was ill. This is in simple past tense. In indirect narration, it is in simple past tense. When we change it into direct narration, it will become simple present tense. This is the change of tense. And what about the change of pronoun? Pronoun here is he. And now see this he and the subject to the reporting verb he, they are similar. This means that in direct narration, it was I. Because if in direct narration we have a first person word, in indirect narration, in its place, the subject to the reporting verb comes. Since in indirect narration, we have got subject to the reporting verb, it means that in direct narration, it was I. So he said I, then he was ill, simple past tense. If we bring it into simple present tense, it will be I am ill. He said that he was ill in direct narration, and direct narration is he said, I am ill. I think you have done it like this. Number 2 was, the teacher said, I shall teach you a new lesson today. This is in direct narration, we will change it into indirect narration. The teacher said that, this that is new, quotation will be removed, comma will be removed. I, first person word, in its place we will write subject to the reporting verb, the teacher. The teacher is already used, so in its place we will write he. The teacher said that he shall become would, and when the auxiliary, its tense is changed from shall, it becomes would, then the main verb remains in base form, the same form, teach. He would teach. What about this you? You is second person, and our formula says, if there is a second person word, in its place we write object to the reporting verb. But here there is no object. The teacher said to whom, there is no mention. So we have to imagine a suitable word. If the teacher said to us, we can think like this. So the teacher said that he would teach us a new lesson. Today will become that day. The question was, the teacher said, I shall teach you a new lesson today. The answer is, the teacher said that he would teach us a new lesson that day. That was number 2. Then number 3. Rumi said, I can do this sum. This is in direct narration. Rumi said, I can do this sum. And the answer will be, Rumi said that will come. Rumi said that I, first person word, in its place it will be Rumi. Since Rumi is already used, it will be she. Rumi said that she can will become could. And if when auxiliary its tense is changed, then do, the main verb will remain the same. She could do, this will become that sum. Rumi said, I can do this sum, direct narration. Rumi said that she could do that sum, indirect narration. Then comes number 4. My friend said that he was going to market. He was going to market. This is in indirect narration. My friend said that he was going to market. when we change it into direct narration, we will write, my friend said, comma, then quotation. That will be removed. This he is similar to my friend. He and my friend, both are third person singular. So this means that in direct narration it was I. And when we change it into indirect narration, I became he. So it will now become I. My friend said I. He was going, past continuous tense. In direct narration it was present continuous tense. I am going. I am going to market. So the sentence in indirect narration was, my friend said that he was going to market. And the sentence in direct narration is, my friend said, I am going to market. See, after market there is a full stop. At the end of the full stop there is a quotation. So this reported speech, my friend's statement, that is in inverted commas. You must remember this thing. The last sentence was number 5. That was, Mukesh says, I want to drive a car. I want to drive a car. This is in direct narration, but one very important point here is that here the reporting verb is not in the past tense. This is what in all these sentences we got reporting verb in the past tense, so we change the tense of the reported speech also. But after a long time we have again got reporting verb not in the past tense. This means, so far as the reported speech is concerned, I want to drive a car, we can change the pronoun, but not changing tense should be there. We should not change the tense. Mukesh says that I will become he. It is not wanted. Simple present tense will remain. I want in simple present tense. In indirect narration again it will be simple present tense. So since with I it is want, with he it will be wants. S will be there because he is third person singular number. He wants. The remaining portion will remain same, to drive a car. Mukesh says, I want to drive a car. Mukesh says that he wants to drive a car. If it is said instead of says, if it is in past tense, Mukesh said, I want to drive a car, then it will be, Mukesh said that he wanted to drive a car. So these were the 5 sentences that I gave you as homework, and I am sure you have done them correctly. And now you can just make a comparison between what you did and what we have discussed now. Before you go for these interrogative sentences, I want to give you 2 more sentences on assertive form. That will be number 6. For example, the boy said to me, quotation, sir, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something. The boy said to me, sir, I want to ask you something. Here the important word is sir. When you have sir or madam in direct narration, in the indirect narration you are not to write this word. Sir or madam you are not to write. Instead, you are to use something else. What is it? Let us see. The boy then before said to me will become told me. Before we write told me, this sir will be used. Sir we will use the different word. What is this word? The boy politely told me. This you have to remember very well. The boy politely told me, because the word sir or madam, they indicate politeness. When you use sir for somebody, it means that you are showing your politeness, your modesty. In our country, in our culture, by the word sir is used for teacher or for boss, and if you use sir for somebody, there are people who will feel really, yes, he has respected me a lot. This is not a matter of respect. Sir is used just when you want to talk with politeness. So this boy said, sir, I want to ask you something. This sir is changed into politely. The boy politely told me that I will become he. I want simple present tense will become he wanted. To ask, here it was to drive, and to drive remained to drive. to ask, because after to the verb is always in the base form and no change of tense affects it. There is no influence of change of tense. After to, verb is in its base form, it is called to infinitive. You are not to make any change in to infinitive. To ask will remain to ask. He wanted to ask this you is second person. And when it is second person in direct narration, we change it into the object of the reporting verb in indirect narration. So object is me. In place of you, it will become me. He wanted to ask me something. Let us see the sentence again. The boy said to me, sir, I want to ask you something. The boy politely told me that he wanted to ask me something. Let us see another sentence with a different word that is also very important for you. That is, the man said, sorry, I am in hurry. The man said, sorry, I am in hurry. The man could not talk to you because he was in hurry, so he expressed his regret. He said, sorry, I am in hurry. What to do with sorry then? It is something like sir again. You are not to write the word sorry in indirect narration. When there is sorry, what you have to do is that you have to write the man. Then before you write said, you have to write regretfully. Regretfully. Regret means expression of sorrow. The man regretfully said that I will become he, tense will be changed, he was in hurry. The man said, sorry, I am in hurry. The man regretfully said that he was in hurry. Sorry will become regretfully, sir or madam will become politely. Remember these things. And next again we will practice some of the sentences that have come in the final examination after we complete all the different types of sentences. After we know how narration is changed for different types of sentences, we will make practice on those sentences that often comes in the final. And now we will move on to the interrogative sentences. And we all know interrogative sentences are of two types. When we change voice, we learn this thing. One type is called yes no type question. Those questions whose answers you can simply give by saying yes or no. And there is yet another type of interrogative sentences whose answers you cannot simply give by saying yes or no. You have to make some statement. You have to provide some information. That is called WH questions. Yes no questions begin with auxiliary verb. Do, does, did, can, could, may, might, shall, will. These words are at the beginning of a sentence if it is a yes no type question. If you find these words, any of these words at the beginning of this question, can, could, may, might, shall, will, do, does, did, then you can answer this simply by saying yes or no. But if the interrogative sentence begins with a WH word, who, what, when, where, how, then you cannot answer the question simply by saying yes or no. You have to provide some information, some statement. So first of all, we will discuss yes no type questions. We will discuss how to make change of narration when the reported speech is a yes no type question. So let us write yes no type questions. This we will discuss now. And when we discuss this thing, in case of yes no type questions, in assertive sentence we got that comes between the reporting verb and the reported speech. When we change into indirect narration, that comes. He said, I am ill today. He said that. This that is there in the case of assertive sentences. In case of yes no type questions, that will not be there. In place of that, you will find whether or if. And said will be removed totally. Said will be removed. In its place you will find asked. So in case of yes no type question, important words are, one is ask, and then you have if or whether. Remember these things. These are essential for yes no type questions. Ask will be there. If it is in past tense, it will be asked. and if or whether will be there in place of that. Let us see the first sentence then. He said to me, do you know me? Question mark. Quotation closed. He said to me, do you know me? This do is an auxiliary, and do you know me? This is a yes or no question, because you can answer it by saying yes or no. No need to give any kind of information. He said to me, do you know me? So said to will become asked. Since it is in past tense, it will become asked. He asked me. Then you will write if. If or whether, anything you can write. In place of that, in assertive sentences we wrote that. Now you will write if or whether. I am choosing if. It is small in size, only 2 letters are there. He asked me if. Now the question is, do you know me? We will make change of pronoun, we will make change of tense, but one important point is that here this sentence is interrogative. And I told you in the very first video that in direct narration the sentence may be assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative, or anything. And on the basis of that, at the end of it, you will either find a full stop or a question mark or a mark of exclamation. But when you change it into indirect narration, you have to change the structure of the sentence into assertive form, always. That is why at the end you have to give a full stop. No quotation will be there, no question mark, nothing else. So, since this interrogative sentence will be changed into an assertive sentence, remember this is very important. This means this do is used at the beginning to make it interrogative. But since we are going to change it into assertive form, we will not make use of any auxiliary verb. No do. Change of tense will be there. This does not mean that do should become did. No. Do will be totally removed. Do was used in direct narration just to make it interrogative. But in indirect narration, since we are converting it into assertive form, no auxiliary will be there. So forget about do. Now you, it is second person. And the second person word is changed into the object of the reporting verb. This is me. So me is here in its object form. Me. I, subject form. Me, object form. But here do you is in subject form. So when we replace this you, in place of you we write me. Me will be in its subject form because you is in its subject form, and we are using this me in place of you. So me will be in its subject form I. He asked me if I. Do you know simple present tense? I have told you do should be forgotten. Remove do. Now know will become knew. Simple past tense. He asked me if I knew. Do you know is simple present tense? It is changed into simple past tense. Auxiliary do is removed because we are changing this sentence into assertive form. So he asked me if I knew that this me, you became I. This me, now me is in object form. It is first person word. And we know first person word is changed by the subject of the reporting verb. It means in place of me, I, he will come. But it will not be he, because me, it is not I. It is the object form of I. So the object form of he will be used. What is the object form of he? The object form of he is him. Now this is the sentence again. He said to me, do you know me? He asked me if I knew him. Let us again discuss this. That in direct narration the sentence is in interrogative form. It is an interrogative sentence. But when you change into indirect narration, all the types of sentences are changed into assertive form. So there will be no auxiliary. Since do you know simple present tense, in the indirect narration it will become simple past tense. So it became I knew, you became I because you is second person. In its place object of the reporting verb came. Me is first person. In its place subject of the reporting verb came. And since you here is in subject form, we used I, not me. And since me here is in object form, we use the object form of he, him, not he. So the next sentence, if you continue practicing more sentences, you will find things becoming clearer. See the next sentence, number 2. Father said, comma quotation, Are you learning a lesson? Are you learning a lesson? Here you see, father said, are you learning a lesson? Father asked will be, father asked, then it will be if. Are you learning? Present continuous tense. It will be changed into past continuous tense. And are is used here before you, before subject, because it is interrogative. When we change it into assertive form, this auxiliary will go after the subject. This subject is you will be changed. You will be changed into whatever form, but after that form, we will use auxiliary. Auxiliary here is are, but it will not remain are because are is used in direct narration. It is present continuous tense. In indirect narration, it will be past continuous tense. So now the important thing is that you is second person, and we all know second person is changed into the object of the reporting verb. But there is no object to the reporting verb. After the reporting verb said there is no object. So what shall we do then? You have to find a suitable word. Such sentences you will often find in examination. There is no object even here, but here you is used. So in place of you, if there is no object of the reporting verb, you have to imagine, you have to choose a suitable object, a suitable word. Father said to me, for example, it is obvious, it is very appropriate. Father said to me, are you learning your lessons? So father asked if it is to me, second person will be changed into reporting object of the reporting verb. It will be I. If are is used before the subject. Now present continuous will become past continuous. Was where it will go after I, not before I. Here it is before you, before subject, because it is interrogative form. We are going to make it in assertive form. So if I was learning, your will become, since here we have used I, your will become my. You could have used we also here. Father, for example, father is asking his children, he has more than one children, and he is asking all of them together. So in that case, father asked if we were learning our lesson. But since I have used I, father asked if I was learning my lesson. So again see the sentence, father said, are you learning a lesson? Father asked if I was learning my lesson. Next number is number 3. My friend said to me, does your brother live in Delhi? Live in Delhi. My friend said to me, does your brother live in Delhi? This is the question. This is in direct narration. So we will write, my friend asked me if, does your brother, simple present tense. We will change it into simple past tense. And does is used to make it interrogative. Since we will write the sentence in assertive form, there will not be any auxiliary. Does will not be there. And don't think that since we are changing it into simple past tense, in place of does it will be did. No. Since we are changing it into assertive form, there will be no auxiliary, neither does nor did. So what will then we write? After if we will write your brother. Your brother, your is second person, possessive form. You, your, you is subject form and object form. Your is possessive form. So we will also write a possessive form. Possessive form of what? Second person is changed into the object of the reporting verb. Object of the reporting verb is me. So we will write the possessive form of me here. And the possessive form of me is my. If my brother, now live will become lived, simple past tense, lived in Delhi. Again let us see the two sentences. My friend said to me, does your brother live in Delhi? My friend asked me if my brother lived in Delhi. Next one is number 4. Number 4 is, the teacher said to us, the teacher said to us, comma quotation, have you completed your assignment? Have you completed your assignment? Question mark, quotation closed. So this is in direct narration, yes, not a question. Now, in the same way as we did earlier, let us start it. The teacher asked us if. Now, have you completed present perfect tense? It will be changed into past perfect tense. Have is used before you, have has come before the subject because it is in interrogative form. But since when we change into indirect narration, we write all the sentences in assertive form, so this auxiliary will not be before the subject. First thing is have will be changed into had, one thing. You will also be changed, we will see into what you is changed. But whatever be the word in place of you, have will be changed into had and it will come after that. It means you is second person, in its place we will write this as. As here it is in object form, but since you here is in subject form, so since as will come in place of you, as will also be in its subject form. It means we. The teacher asked us if we had. It is not if had we. Here it is have you. Have you is changed into we had. If we had completed your assignment, your is again second person, possessive form. This will also be this us. Us will be in possessive form. It means our assignment. The teacher said to us, have you completed your assignment? Direct narration. Indirect narration is the teacher asked us if we had completed our assignment. Next one is number 5. Number 5 is, I said to Rita, comma quotation, did you meet your friend? Did you meet your friend? Question mark, quotation closed. This is in direct narration. I say to Rita, did you meet your friend? Now the answer will be, I asked Rita if. Now here did is used to make it interrogative. It is simple past tense. In indirect narration, did will be removed and the sentence will be changed into past perfect tense. From simple past we make it past perfect. And now auxiliary, if it is here before the subject, but when we write the sentence in assertive form, auxiliary will go after the subject. There will be auxiliary because the new sentence will be in past perfect tense. Had will be there. Had will go after the subject. Subject here is you, second person. In its place, Rita will be Rita. But since Rita we already have once written, we will write she in place of Rita now. I asked Rita if she had met. Meet is past participle. In past perfect tense we write auxiliary is had, then the third form of the main verb met. If she had met. If she had met your friend. Your is second person, possessive. Second person possessive form. So in second person, in case of second person, this Rita will be used. Rita is the object of the reporting verb. And now Rita is she, and its possessive form is her. If she had met her friend, I said to Rita, did you meet your friend? I asked Rita if she had met her friend. So these were the sentences from direct narration to indirect narration, and all these 5 sentences were yes no type questions. All these started with an auxiliary, and we changed them into indirect narration. We used if, and then other changes like change of pronoun, change of tense, as per need we did it. I am sure you have understood it. If you have not understood, if you have got any problem, you can again watch the video. You can ask me questions in the comment box. And now, on the basis of what we have done to test your knowledge, I am going to give you 5 sentences as homework. These 5 sentences are your homework. Let me read out the sentences once. The teacher said, can you do this sum? Number 2, she said to me, will you visit the zoo tomorrow? Number 3, the stranger said to me, can you show me the way to the station? Number 4, can you ride a bicycle? I asked Geeta. Remember, I asked, asked, not asked. I asked Geeta. Number 5, Anjana said to me, are you going to market? These 5 sentences are your homework. You do them, and before doing, if you find difficulty, watch the video again. And then in the next video, we will first discuss on these 5 sentences. After that, we will start. In this video, we have done only the yes no type questions from direct to indirect. In the next video, we will do yes no type questions again, but those will be from indirect to direct narration. So till then, thank you very much. Bye bye.